Good morning, guys, and today we're going to try to get to a mysterious former backpacker hub called Sawankhalok, and it's on a spur line, a side train line that goes off the main north-south train line of Thailand between Bangkok and Chiang Mai, somewhere in the middle of central Thailand. And a long time ago it was a backpacker hub. We'll tell you why it's not now, but apparently there are still some remnants of that kind of thing going on there, and some old-time backpackers still pass through there to relive their memories of old times. We're going to find out what's still happening there, but first we've got to get there. So we've got to get a train, and I'm at the Uttaradit main train station, and I just missed my ride. No, that wasn't the one. Okay, 2 kilometers further down there's a second station in Uttaradit. It's called Si Satchanalai. That's where the train to Sawankhalok actually begins, and it will be here in a few minutes. I'm going to jump on if everything goes well, and it's about an hour. It will go along a bit, come to a junction station, and then veer off into the countryside. Let's check it out. Come along with me and let's see how it goes, because there's not much online information about this place anymore, but I think it's going to be cool. All right, let's have a look. Alright, we're coming up on Bandara Junction, and this is where the main north-south line has a sideline, a spur going off to the side which goes to Sawankhalok, which is where we're gonna go, hopefully, God willing. Bandara Junction. So theoretically it should be possible coming back from Sawankhalok to get off the train here. It looks like a nice little station, and then transfer it to a train going south, for example. That's what I'll be trying to do. And we're turning off the main line now onto the spur, onto the side train line to Sawankhalok. Okay, we made it. Sawankhalok. Famous as a backpacker hub a long time ago. And it's fallen off the map. It's become forgotten. It's even got a little tourist map here. Cute little train station. Very nice. Let's head through. Some scales to weigh your luggage there. Some old style tea and coffee. Some food. Very nice, very old style. No other foreigners here. I'm the only foreigner. Little ticket counter there. Some old pictures. I'm the only foreigner on the train. I don't think I'm gonna see any foreigners here, to be honest. Very unlikely, I would say. This is the main street of Sawankhalok. And it's famous for street art as well. Alright guys, so I came out of the train station and I took a left on the main street. The train station's down there, so I came along here. I wanted to show you guys something. There's a cool food market just here. This is pretty much the edge of the old town, like right here, pretty much, you know, pretty much. And over here you see there's a shrine and a school there. And then if you follow this road, it heads out of town. But if you go down to the next stoplight down there, it's a bit of a walk, takes like 10 minutes or whatever. There's a City Pillar Shrine, and there's a couple offices that sell bus tickets along there on the left. And I can tell you, they're quite inconveniently located. You have to, like I said, walk 10 minutes to get out there to buy bus tickets. You can buy tickets on a small bus. Apparently it's a small bus that goes to Uttaradit, and there are two different bus companies. One has a bus leaving at 4 p.m. and the other one has 4 buses per day, starting, I think first one is 10:10 a.m. and every like maybe 3 hours, something like that. Not exact, right? And it's Thailand, you know, these things can change at the drop of a hat, you know, so it's not reliable, right? I gotta tell you, it's like really unorganized, really, it's like ridiculous, you know? People use this place as a hub to visit the ruined ancient city of Si Satchanalai, and it's hard to get a bloomin' bus ticket to get out there, and the times are not really very sensible at all. For example, the train arrived today about 11, but the first bus leaves at 10:10. How does that make sense? So now I had a friend, a Thai friend, talk to the ticket seller on the phone, and apparently the ticket seller reckons the bus doesn't even go past the train station, but where the ticket offices are, they're on the opposite side of the town to where you have to go out to go towards Si Satchanalai. So obviously somehow the buses are driving around the town, if not exactly through the center. But she reckons they don't stop at the train station. Wouldn't it be much smarter to have a bus that stops at the train station like just before the train arrives and it waits for the train? Now, I saw it would have been at least half a dozen or maybe even up to a dozen Thai people on that train who look like they're definitely here to visit Si Satchanalai. So, what's the deal, right? It's just ridiculous, but this is Thailand, TIT, right? And it might be that it's just ridiculous, right? But it could be there's an ulterior motive, like trying to force people to stay overnight, for example. And don't think that's impossible. That's a very Thai style thing to do as well, like really inconvenience people on purpose to try to squeeze more cash out of their pockets, you know? I don't want to be like mean or something like that, but it's the reality, you know? That's the way it goes in this neck of the woods, and if you don't know, you better figure it out quickly if you want to have success in this part of the world. Unless you're really rich already, then it doesn't matter for you much, probably, because you probably would have paid a private driver to take you out there, right? Okay, anyway. But if you're doing it backpacker style, yeah, this woman's riding along, ringing her bell. Look, there's a big well over there. She's ringing her bell because I should know she's coming right behind me for some reason. So she doesn't have to be careful. I should be careful. You see, that's what it means. Even though she's riding on the wrong side of the street. Never mind. Okay. Just typical madness in Thailand stuff every time. Now look at that. Some nice looking mango over there. Some cool old buildings along here. You see plenty of old wooden shop houses. So a lot of these places would be 100 years old. These old wood places. Definitely quite interesting. This town has some potential for sure. So, as I said earlier, this town was a hub back in the day when the primary mode of transport in the country was the train system, because back then the roads were not that good and buses were much older style, less comfortable, no aircon, slower. Once the highway system was upgraded and buses modernized with stronger, faster engines and aircon, people switched over to the buses. So the train line that comes through here became used a lot less. And this town kind of dried up a bit, fell off the radar, and it was forgotten in the sands of time. It used to be a hub for tourism around Sukhothai province, to visit the ancient city ruins of Sukhothai and Si Satchanalai, and then it became forgotten. Kind of tragic, really, but that's what happens if people don't upgrade the train system. Speaking of the train system, here's the old train station where we arrived, but I wanted to start in the town further down there to show you guys that stuff, because almost everyone coming here, they're going to be coming here to use it as a hub to visit Si Satchanalai and have a nice train ride in the process. And I definitely recommend it, you know, really recommend it. It was a lot of fun. The train ride was great, very nice, very comfortable. I found a good room here, an old hotel. I think I paid 400 baht, very cheap. It's about 12 American dollars, something like that. Or maybe 14 American dollars, something like that. But with aircon as well, by the way. They had 300 baht rooms with only fan. Yeah, so this place has a lot of potential, right? But obviously the train system in this country was not further developed, and so it fell behind the bus system. But these days, in the last couple years, they've been putting a lot of money into upgrading the train system with double tracks, and high-speed train lines are coming very soon. Seriously, I'm not joking. A lot of people who spend a lot of time in Thailand laugh about it, like, sure, you know, you believe it when you see it, right? Okay, but they're definitely coming, and they have done a lot of work on the first high-speed line already, which is to connect Bangkok with Nakhon Ratchasima, and that's coming along very well. So they've started, you know, they've already got a lot of subway systems, and they build them very quickly now in Bangkok, so they have the knowledge and the experience. So it's definitely happening, it's all on. And yeah, it'll be a nice thing to see people switching back to the train system again. And then a place like this could be what it has the potential to be. And yeah, part of that though is going to be someone with a few brains and not corrupt or not chasing pennies instead of dollars, deciding that they need to have a decent bus connection or van connection between this town and the ancient city ruins at Si Satchanalai and as well as at Sukhothai. So we hope for the sake of the people of this place that someone with a few brains can get this kind of stuff under control and make it happen. Why would you put ticket offices for buses right out on the edge of the town, on the wrong side of the town even? Why would you do that? You could have a little kiosk next to the train station, air-conditioned one, pay like a staff member to sit there, have the information in English and Thai, and have it timed that when people get off the train, there's a bus sitting there with the engine turned on, aircon running, driver ready, driver checks to make sure there are no stragglers, and off we go to Si Satchanalai. Have it all connecting, streamlined like that. Anyway, we'll talk about street art now. And also I want to mention they have some little maps around that show all kinds of attractions that are not really very clearly described, but they kind of describe, but not really very clearly. I don't know if they really merit worth seeking out, all of those things, but from wandering quite a lot earlier today, I think I've seen everything that's really interesting. This is what they call the street art street, and it's very nice. So we just came along the main street there, and we turned at the Amazon Cafe and came into the street art street here. And yeah, as you can see, it's nice along here, right? This is a nice little stretch. So someone who's like thinking, you know, forward, who has experience traveling, they've obviously seen street art is very popular in other places these days, around the world and around the region as well. In places like, other parts of Thailand even as well, but yeah, all around the region. It's a big thing now, street art. So they've obviously thought, let's have some here. Very good. Very, very, very smart. It really adds something. And let's see more of it as well. There's plenty of space to have more of it. You see some very nice wooden houses around. Some have been renovated. More renovation would be good. Hello, what's your name? Hey, are you a friendly one? Are you friendly? Hey? Friendly, or are you going to bite me? If you bite me, I'll get more views. Hey? You're not quite sure, are you, eh? Yeah. Not quite sure, that one. This looks like it could be a little cafe, doesn't it? But it's not really clear. I guess it is. It's got tables, but it doesn't really have proper signage, right? Yeah, there's potential to this place. Speaking of cafes, like I said, there's an Amazon cafe back there. It's got aircon, reasonable prices. Amazon's my go-to cafe when I'm on the run in Thailand, when I don't have much time to look for something a bit more local style, because you cannot always depend on finding some cool local style cafe, right? But I much prefer the local ones if you find a good one. I'll just show you down this little side lane up here. There's something slightly interesting. And I want to just say a bit more about the cafe thing. Not many cafes in this town. Back on the corner behind us, there was a little ice cream shop that sells waffles and ice creams. So that's kind of cafe style, right? But there's definitely an opening for at least one or two very good air-conditioned cafes with nice local style and fair prices. So any local people who might hear this, jump in, you know, someone needs to jump in, set it up, because that's what people are doing a lot around Thailand with these kind of places. This is some kind of weird building that's all breaking down with this like very cool stairway here. Look at that, stairway to where? Stairway to nowhere. It's like boarded up, like they put a floor across there. It's all like rotting. I just wanted to show you guys. I thought it looks kind of scenic. So it's like some abandoned building that it's all busted up and the bottom's open. They use it for parking. Should we try to go up there? We can't get through there, can we? Ain't no way through there. Could try to get up there. Nah, I think we'll leave that. But yeah, this could be cleaned out and you could put some kind of cool little crafts market in here with local snacks and stuff like that. It would be nice. So you see there's a lot more potential for this place still. You know, I really want to see places like this doing well. I want to see money coming into the community, people coming in, having great times, talking to the world about it, and the money being invested to clean up old architecture and have better like communication and transport systems and renovate places where you can stay and so on. Speaking of places where you can stay, so there were a number of old guest houses in this town, but they seem to have all closed up. They seem to be all gone nowadays. But there are a couple old hotels that are quite decent and a couple newer ones. The older ones actually seem to be better value, in my opinion. If you check carefully with Google Maps, for example, you can look at the pictures of the rooms and everything. I never book anything in advance, hardly ever, unless I'm traveling halfway around the world. Then I'll book the first night or two somewhere. But yeah, a few decent places here. It's no problem. I just ended up rolling up and had a look at a place and grabbed a room and everything was good. Another bell ringer. Be careful. Hello, how are you? Thank you for ringing your bell. Okay, this is a really cool noodle shop. I had lunch here. I think it was like some crazy like price, like 25 baht for noodles or something. Really nice, filled with old local people. 25 or 35? I think it was 25 actually, pretty sure. Almost 100% sure about that. Definitely recommend it. What's this boat doing here? Another tourist map, by the way, filled with food. All about food. But yeah, it's like this boat here. There must be a story behind it, right? I don't know. It looks cool though. I like it. And where's the fire? No one's in a rush. There's no fire. But got some fire trucks here. Local fire brigade. This is the road that runs along the riverfront. So this would be should be, I guess, the oldest part of the town. Fairly standard Thai style. Not bad. It's got everything you need pretty much. It's a nice little town actually. Let's check the river view here. If you like coffee, you've got a whole river filled with coffee color. You can see like interesting currents around there. Look at the way the water's spinning around. It looks like it would be dangerous to swim in there. Kind of whirlpools in there. Look right there, there's kind of a whirlpool, see? Where the currents kind of go around the bend there. Interesting. Further down you see there's another bridge. The temple on the left seems to be the main temple here. it's an okay temple, nothing like super exciting. And there's some steps opposite the main temple entrance, which I guess the temple can use that for doing any ceremonial stuff involving boats. But looks like a nice spot to sit in the evening after the sun goes down with a friend, having a chat and chinwag, smoke and drink and so on. Would be alright. So along here it's kind of more of the same like this, nothing too important, but you know, it's alright. It's a standard kind of riverfront street in a small town in Thailand. It's definitely an okay setup. Hello, hi. Okay, so the Cafe Amazon was just down there. We're just gonna head along here. So the river road is 1 block over to the left, and it goes through a local community for the next couple blocks. Just little small poor looking houses, nothing too interesting unless you've never seen something like that and you want to see how locals live, you know. And like I said, it's a bit poor looking, so, but this street, you see there's a bit of street art in there, some wooden buildings along here as well. And look at this, eh? Woohoo! And that's the police station. Interesting little restaurant in here. Oh, very old style, very Thai style. I like that kind of stuff when you get these very old style looking ones. Usually the best stuff, actually. So we'll just head a bit further up here. It's something I should include in this tour. The Thai shops are always so colorful, everything's so colorful. And always these kind of weird shops, like with all these royal portraits and so on, where they don't have many products. You think, how is it even worth opening as a shop when you've got hardly any products? But I guess some people own the building and they just need a little bit of extra income, and maybe it's a bit like a hobby and they can chat with people as well from the community every day, and it's kind of a social thing for them. But I wanted to show you the clock tower. It's very important, of course, and they've got a band shell here in this nice little riverside park. Like I said, the Riverside Road is 1 block over there. So just wanted to show you guys, it's actually a nice little spot. And you can grab food from any of these places, have it to take away. Get like a plastic spoon and plastic fork as well if you want. And bring it over here to the park next to the riverside, or somewhere else along the riverside. It's nice and shady in here. Look, you see they've got these little gazebo kind of sala things where you can sit. It's really nice. No performances today though, but I'm sure they have them fairly often. So it's actually very cool in here. It's very nice. And the wall along here next to the river has a lot of lovely murals, actually, very nice ones. Definitely worth checking out. So it's all done up fairly well, you know. What's this fellow doing up here? He's got a can of paint. He's going to paint graffiti, isn't he? No, he's not going to do that. Okay, all right. So you can see some of the nice art along the side here. Very colorful. It's lovely, actually. What's this big hoop thing for? Catching tourists, perhaps, huh? Or catching butterflies, maybe, huh? It's maybe not finished yet. They haven't put the net on. Hello, chickens. Hello. Hello. Hey, hey. Okay, let's see what 400 baht gets you in Sawankhalok. Television, desk area, closet, aircon works fine, place to sit, bed's comfortable enough, bathroom's alright. And the nice cleaner girls here, hello. Yeah, and big kind of common area here. Yeah. And there's another floor up there. Tea area here. You can take instant coffee or other drinks. Hello, good morning. Nice old style inlay on the floor here. It's an old place, apparently. Maybe it's the oldest one still remaining in Sawankhalok. But you can make drinks here or grab a bit of bread in the morning. They have toast for breakfast. You can take the drinks any time of day. They have this nice little waiting area over here. Reception area. Hello, good morning. And lots of food on the corner here. It's kind of an outdoor food market. So I definitely recommend this hotel, guys. Alright guys, so you know what time it is. Thanks a lot for coming along. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And hit subscribe and hit like and hit the bell button if you haven't already for notifications for upcoming videos. Lots of good ones coming. And hit the buy me a coffee link if you want to support the channel. Would be much appreciated. And that's about it. So see you in the next one. And don't be late.